Hello and welcome to this edition of Y-PAC CityCast. I'm Randy Beeler. At its August 4th business meeting, the Yakima City Council accepted the recommendation of the Yakima Planning Commission to amend the municipal code to add a definition of mission to the city's land use regulations and to limit the location of missions to particular zoning districts. The council also agreed to require proposed mission uses to undergo a higher level of review and be subject to a development agreement. Under the amended zoning ordinance, a mission is defined as a facility that provides services for the disadvantaged, including temporary housing for homeless, food service, and health and counseling activities. The revised ordinance limits the location of missions to the general commercial districts, the central business district, and the light industrial districts. Mission use applications are now subject to a Class 3 review, which includes the requirement for a public hearing to be held, and it also shifts the responsibility for demonstrating compatibility or incompatibility of a mission use with surrounding uses to the applicant. And any mission use will now be required to have an accompanying development agreement, which will govern the project's development and assure mitigation measures are taken. The Yakima Planning Commission arrived at its recommendation, which the City Council approved after having conducted several study sessions and its own public hearing. The changes to the city's municipal code take effect on August 24th. The City of Yakima's wastewater treatment plant has received the Washington State Department of Ecology's 2014 Wastewater Treatment Plant Outstanding Performance Award. The award signifies that the city's wastewater treatment plant achieved full compliance with strict federal standards that ensure waterways are not being polluted. The federal standards are enforced in Washington State by the Department of Ecology. The Yakima Regional Wastewater Treatment Plant processes wastewater from homes, businesses, and industrial facilities in Yakima, Union Gap, Terrace Heights, and Moxie. At the plant, wastewater is treated through multiple stages, including grit removal, clarifiers, digesters, aeration basins, and ultraviolet disinfection. Once the water has been processed to meet the federal standards, it is returned to the Yakima River. Less than half of the approximately 300 wastewater treatment plants in Washington State win the Outstanding Performance Award each year. The Yakima plant has earned the award multiple times. A recent study indicates there is need to expand the Yakima Convention Center, and a new blower will make removing snow and ice from the Yakima Airport's runways faster and more effective. With those stories, here's CityCast's Ken Crockett.
Thank you, Randy. The results of a new marketing study shows a growing need to expand the Yakima Convention Center. The consultant's report recommends adding an additional 46,000 square feet, which would nearly double the current available meeting space. Without the improvements, the consultant concludes that the convention center will be less competitive and will likely struggle to attract and retain convention business in the future. The report also raises concerns about the age and condition of some nearby hotels that serve the convention center. The report was prepared by the firm of Kidder Matthews of Bellevue and does not put a price tag on the possible expansion or provide any funding options. The City of Yakima owns the convention center, which has been expanded several times since first opening in 1976. The Yakima Airport has a new tool for dealing with winter weather. The airport has just recently taken delivery on a $500,000 vehicle that uses a giant broom instead of a blade to remove snow. The truck can clear a 20-foot path at speeds reaching 35 miles per hour and replaces a 1986 vehicle that used a 12-foot wide blade for plowing. The broom truck helps eliminate ice and snow compacting problems by sweeping away the snow and blowing it to the side of the runway. Federal funds are paying for 90% of the cost for the new equipment, with the remaining money coming from local airport passenger facility charges. The Yakima Airport is also expecting to receive a second truck in 2016. Back to you, Randy.
Thank you, Ken. When we come back, Yakima Fire Captain Jeff Pfaff will let you know how to protect your house from fire danger during drought conditions. You're watching Y-PAC's CityCast. The severe drought in our region this year has led to near record numbers of wildfires. There are simple steps you can take to protect your home. To tell you more, here's Yakima Fire Captain Jeff Pfaff.
I'm Captain Jeff Pfaff, Yakima Fire Department. Today we're going to talk about some wildland preparedness for your home and some things not to do. We'll start off by talking about ladder fuels. So we look down here at the ground and we have this yellow fuel. It's really short and it burns fast. And what you want to stay away from is having this being able to grow into this bigger fuel here. And as you can see the property ahead of me, it grows into a bigger fuel and a bigger fuel, and then this material is as high as the house. The downside to this, fire moves rapidly. Fire has the ability to overrun you and do things to your property so fast you don't have enough time to react. This is an example of what we don't want. We don't want to have material sitting tight against the house. We don't want to have dead or overgrown shrubs. And this is an abandoned property, so this is an example of what not to have. We'll have an example here shortly of what we want to see. You want to try to keep everything away from the house as best as possible. It's very difficult when you have very little property. Some folks only have like 8,000 or 9,000 square feet. Some people have a couple acres. But do your best, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us. This is a ladder fuel, and as dry as it's been lately, these are tinder dry and it just snaps in my hand. So when you let things die like this, you need to have them removed from your property, because this is immediate fuel that'll allow it to get into your home. So what we've got here is an example that's about half a mile away from our last location. This is an example of a homeowner that's taken the defensible space to heart, and they've actually taken, so we're standing in the wildland area here. They've actually come out and cut back the grasses on the edge of their property. So this is outside their property, but they've cut it down to prevent it from growing into their property, which goes into what we call a green belt. So this green belt is a grassy area not covered in trees that's at least 60 feet away from the house. Now there can be landscaping materials inside that has trees and things in it, but this green belt will prevent the spread of fire and reduce the risk of it burning your home. So a couple of key points that we talked about today: defensible space and buffer zone around your house. If you have any questions or would like more information on how to defend your property and to have it ready in case of fire, call us 575-6060. Obviously, when you see smoke in your area, call 911. Try to get us coming there as soon as possible. Don't rely on your neighbors to call 911. I'm Captain Jeff Pfaff with the Yakima Fire Department, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, Captain Pfaff, and thank you too for joining us for this edition of Y-PAC CityCast. The City of Yakima provides a variety of different ways for you to stay in touch with policies, programs, events, and activities in our area. The City of Yakima website includes a wide variety of information about city issues and activities at yakimawa.gov. The official City of Yakima Facebook page provides regular updates to your computer or mobile device. And the official City of Yakima Twitter feed is a quick and easy way to stay up to date with the City of Yakima. Visit the City of Yakima website, find us on Facebook, or follow the city on Twitter. We'll see you on the next edition of Y-PAC CityCast. I'm Randy Beeler. Take care.
For more information on Y-PAC CityCast, call 575-6092.